Hey everyone, Honest Stewie here, and I have some good news, very exciting news to be honest. I'm married, I got married last Monday, and it was absolutely amazing. The wedding was mint, over 200 people in the night, 170 at the wedding itself. So if anybody from the wedding is watching this video, I'd like to just say a massive thank you. You made the day very special. And yeah, like I say, I couldn't be more happy. So yeah, I'm now a married man. And speaking of special, this movie that I'm going to do a review of, well, technically it's the same movie, but it's two, was special to me when I was a kid. I grew up with this movie, 2002. I can't believe it. Lilo and Stitch. The cartoon, obviously, is a special one to me. And the live action I watched the other night, which is why I'm doing this video as well. And it brought it all back to me. Hang on, let's move this camera because that radiator. There we go. I don't want the radiator in the shot. And that live action is just brought all the nostalgia back, and all, like, I watched it and I loved it. The live action is great. And yes, there's a lot missing, which is what I'm going to delve in this video. So I'm going to do a review and start with the live action. And that's my review, is a live action of Lilo and Stitch. And I'm going to decipher at the end which one's better. I think we know the answer. I know the answer, which one is better. I can say now, the cartoon's obviously better. But from all the live action movies that Disney have done, from The Lion King to Lilo and Stitch is the best one. That actually still has a charm to it. You know, give it its flaws, and you know, there's music cut out of it, and there's the duckling scene cut out of it, and there's obviously changes to characters that people don't really like. I wasn't too bothered because there's hints to it. I'll delve into one massive change. The alien with one eye, he usually dresses in drag. He doesn't dress in drag in this, but when he's in his human form, he does dress in drag, but not with the wig. He has like actual bright women's clothing on. If you notice it a lot, he does. And them two have great chemistry together. But the problem is what I didn't like about this movie. Now, this isn't the spoiler, me telling you this. This is just a change they've made, a massive change that I've got to delve into. That I was kind of a bit like, wasn't he not supposed to be a villain? But they cut the villain out too. So, Jamba is a flat out villain in this. He is horrible in this. There is no redeeming him in this. He tries to kill Stitch every chance he gets. They still had the thing where he goes to turn him evil. So me talking about this isn't spoiling it, because it's pretty much back-to-back cartoon. And it's very, like, I'm getting negative bits out the way first. So it's very, like, he doesn't turn good at the end. He just fails in what he's planning to do, which is take Lilo to get destroyed. No, run off with Lilo. He's going to run off with Stitch. Lilo? He might destroy Lilo, actually, in this. He actually does go to shoot her a few times, which I felt was a bit like, ugh. But anyway, he's a flat-out villain in this, and I didn't like that change very much, but I know why. But no, I don't get why they've cut Captain, what's his name? I've got it written down here. Gantor. They've cut him out, and I don't know why. He was such a cool villain. Maybe the animation would be too much, but I don't understand why they cut him out. Obviously, watching this off the bat the other night, don't get me wrong, this might sound like it's a bad movie. It is a good movie, but don't watch the cartoon and then watch a live action. That sounds bad, me saying that, but you'll be very disappointed if you think it's going to be like a flat-out copy and paste. This is very same formula, but it's really different, to be honest with you, now I think of it. Like I say, I'm just getting a negative out the way now. So like I say, with Jamba, with Gantor, they're not in it. And the main thing that I got with this movie that doesn't sit right with me is there's no music. Now, I know no live actions have music in, but there is a little bit of something in it. Like, you do get a little bit of the theme, but a smidgens. Like, there's not a surf scene where the music plays. There's a surf scene in a movie. They could have had the music playing, but they don't. And she does do a little song bit with her sister, which is really cute. Now, this is something I'm going to mention, is the chemistry between them two is spot on. I've heard people whinging about it, that she's a little bit more hostile to her sister in this. No, she is how a real person would act, how a real teenager, keep this in mind, young girl, would react with this on her. on top of her wanting to go to college, her wanting to be a marinologist, um, you know, stuff like that. Like it's a lot of stuff on you, and she's lost her parents. They both have, and she's trying to find a job to support her, and she does mess it up. She does. There's no denying that. So when she calls her out for it, I didn't find that was bad. I just thought, yeah, because they're not at that bit yet. This is the beginning. They're not at that family bit yet. Now, another negative, right? I don't want to just, like I said, I'm going to get on negatives out of the way, and I'll keep saying this, but just to reiterate, is the length. Now, it's long, and it does drag a bit. There's little bits where it's a bit slow. I still love it. It's still good, and I'm still intrigued, but the stuff I'm like, move along. Next scene. A few things go on a bit. This is on for 120 minutes. Now, the cartoon was 80 minutes. Now, 80 minutes would be too short, especially for this. 100 minutes would have been great. Could have shaved off that 20 minutes. Or added more in that 20 minutes. They added, like, that 40 minutes they've added. Should have added more. Anyway, so that's the negative side of the movie out the way. Now, I'm going to get into the positive side of this movie, which is what I want to delve into, the main thing. And it's, out of all the live actions, this is the most beautiful looking one. It still has the charm Lilo and Stitch has. It still has that look. Stitch is absolutely adorable in this. Still the same voice actor. And you know what? The one who plays Jumba and his friend, I totally forgot his name. They're great. The two people, I love them actors. I love the guy who plays his friend. Oh, he's so cool. Honestly, he is absolutely hilarious. He's in what is it, Roadhouse remake, and he's so funny in that. He's great in this. And like I say, I'll reiterate, when it comes to the drag thing, they actually make them humans in this, and that makes more sense because it's a real life world in a cartoon, right? With the sunglasses on. They do have a little hint to that though. When they walk out the house, they have themselves bandaged up while they're looking for a human to take. In other words, to clone. Like it's like a sort of cloak. That's it. Bit like Mission Impossible, where he has that cloak thing on. Only they don't have masks. It's like a device, and that gets used quite a lot in the movie, which is I really liked. Like certain scenes, like Lilo shoots the thing to uncloak him because he's a big guy, Jumper. He turns bigger, like he gets trapped in sort of a portal thing in one scene, and he's got this human thing on. No, he doesn't. He's Jumper, so he's getting trapped. No, he is human. I was right. So the shoot, Stitch has been a little shit as per. I like him. No, he's cute as. Shoots, and he gets trapped like that. So he turns the thing, and he turns back into Jumper, and it stops him going in. So there's scenes like that where they've alliterated, they've used something new, they've added to it, which I liked. It wasn't just there because they wanted to be lazy with animation. I think it was there for a more realistic take on Lilo and Stitch. That's what this movie feels like. Like the washing machine's cut out for obvious reasons. We don't want kids climbing in the washing machine and hiding in the washing machine. Plus now when you close the door, they do self-lock sometimes, and you don't want that. And there's like the scene at the beginning where I did kind of like it in the cartoon, but I know why it's not in the live action movie, where she gets beat up by the friend, you know, the enemy in the movie. Again, there's no, the kids that she dances with and bullies her at the beginning, they didn't really show them at the end. I felt like the end missed a few bits. But I'll get into the ending at the end of this video. Like I said, there's a bit I'm going to go over like the positives. So like I said about the looks, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Lilo, the actress who plays Lilo, is awesome. Stitch looks absolutely adorable. Even when they're the alien forms, the other two, it looks good. And when it shows the space, the animation's really good. It's really nice. I've heard people saying his suit doesn't look that good, you know, the little red suit he's in. And I'm not too bothered about that. You know, it looks good for what it is. And then anyway, like I say, you know, he goes to Earth and he disguises himself as a dog, which is very on the nose with it. And then the rest is sort of explains itself. Like you've got the scene where he's drinking the lava lamp, like, and stuff like that. But the only bit I don't like that they've cut out is the scene where he sees the ugly duckling. You know, when he walks through, he's got the rain. The frog's in it though. The frog's in it. It's the duckling scene. Now, the duckling book scene isn't in this, which I 100% think should have been in this. Maybe wouldn't have made sense to have been this. I can handle that. What I can't handle is you're supposed to be walking through and it's raining when he's sad, and you have that whole scene with the ducklings, and you've got the ugly duckling scenario. One moment. Ugh, damn, son. That phlegm's so annoying. So, as I was saying, the ugly duckling scene's cut out. There's that one scene where he sees the ugly duckling and, he sort of gets a little bit of a family sort of thing. It isn't in the movie, and I feel like that should have been in the movie. Oh, there's my thumb. That should have been in the movie because obviously that's a vital part of him realising that it doesn't matter how you look like, whatever, they're going to take you in. And that's what this movie's about. Now, jump into the music bits cut out. We still got the surf scene. Now, this is what I want to delve into. This is the bits that I like about the movie. He gets heavy with water, doesn't he? So he can drown. That's how he could go. Now, there's a scene in this where they're surfing, and he falls off the surfboard. Well, they all wipe out, and he drowns basically. He drowns, and it's quite like it shows the whole scene, and it adds a lot more realistic emotion to it. I felt like The Lion King was flat and it missed it. And I felt like, Mulan, enough said with Mulan. And a few other live actions that they've done recently missed the mark because they cut out bits. They add stuff that you don't need. Mulan, again, I'm a bit mad because there's no music in it. There's a few songs, but not really. They chant it, but that's it. But with this, it's like they actually show her, Lilo, because I know in the cartoon he wears her down in the water. But then it cuts, doesn't it? And then they're out the water, and the guy saves him, or the sister does. This shows her picking him up as a sister and walking to the shot. Now, it's very obviously unrealistic. A bit, well, not unrealistic. It's very exaggerated. That's the word I'm looking for. Because obviously he's not that far from the shore. So obviously you can walk with him. It would work because he's weighing you down. But again, there's certain scenes where they can swim with him, fine. And there's certain scenes where he weighs him down. But it goes on the beach, and it's like, I thought, obviously I knew this wasn't going to happen, because it's Lilo and Stitch. It'd be so stupid to kill Stitch off. But I thought he was straight up gone. Like they did a straight up fake death scene where he's actually on the beach, and he actually gets zapped by the car. He has to get like a shock, really. And then he coughs up water as well when he wakes up, and it was just something I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to be a lot flatter, a lot like The Lion King, where they look cute because they look real, but they've not got the motion to it. Now, this is what I like about it. Stitch has so much life to him in this. Yes, the cartoon, you cannot deny the cartoon has everything. The cartoon is the original. The cartoon's what made Lilo and Stitch. But this live action it's still beautiful. And I think the story's still there. I actually teared up at the end. There's a little bit I'm going to delve in at the end. It's not really a spoiler, but it's something they use, a device. Now, it does make sense, them doing it, but I don't think they should have done it. I think they should have left it, the ending that they've done. I think they should have sort of, put the foot down on the way they wanted to end this. So, we all know the cartoon, Lilo and Stitch. Stitch and Lilo. Lilo takes, the sister takes Lilo and Stitch in at the end, like fully adopts them. Bear this in mind, in the cartoon, their world's fine. You can get by without a job. She has no job, right? Obviously, like it's emphasised. You can still have a house and stuff in the cartoon world. Now, second movie, she still doesn't have a job, but she has them there. The house has food in the cupboards. They've got everything they need. Realistic-wise, now they've done this realistic take, I totally understand why they've changed it. Yes, I first heard about this change. Yes, it doesn't quite sit with you properly at the end because you kind of can't help but think it is about that family. But the way it's done, where she comes to Earth and lets Stitch stay, that's done well. And you actually get this isn't a spoiler, but they both get adopted by the parents instead. What's his name? The geezer's parents. I forgot his name, but his parents. Also, he doesn't have his floppy hair. They've changed his hair. Oh, that's what I went to say. Sorry, I got cut away because I had to thingy. Just going to quickly alliterate the changes. The ginger girl, she isn't in it no more. But they have dyed her hair. little bit blonde. Now, this is what I was going to delve into. Scenes like this are missing, where the cartoon she fills her in, doesn't she? On this, she just dives on her, and that's it. Like, she pushes her off the stage, that's it. They have a little tussle. But in the cartoon, she proper fills her in. And the stuff, for obvious reasons, this is what I was delving into, obvious reasons, is cut out. But when it comes to the ending, which is what I'm going to delve into, they're doing a realistic take here. So like I said, the cartoon, you couldn't know a job really in the real world. So she wants to be a marine biologist. I'm just going to say that. And it's hinted halfway through the movie that there's a government woman. Bubbles is in it still. He's class. He's mint in this. So there's still stuff in it. Anyway, he obviously we know the ending. He's not going to say a word. Blah blah blah. The people are going to keep quiet. Hush hush hush. So I mentioned about that teleporter gun. So bear this in mind. Keep that teleporter gun for now. So ending happens. Instead of her going, right, I'm going to fully take you on, Lilo and Stitch go to family, she goes to pursue her dreams. So they all say bye to her. And yeah, but family can be like that. Family can be, you don't see them in ages, you don't see them in a few years. And then you see them again and it's like you've never been apart. You know, so there is that. And Stitch still has Lilo. It's still Lilo and Stitch. It's not like they've done the other way around where Stitch has gone back to his own planet and they've stayed there and Stitch has found a family somewhere else. It's like they're still together. It's still a Carter movie. I do understand why people would be a bit narked by the ending, but I like it. It's a realistic take on it. So that was the only thing. Obviously, when you grow up and watch cartoons, that's the only sort of thing you sort of register, like, you know, put aside the aliens and stuff. You sort of think, wouldn't she still go for that? Because she needs a job to look after Lilo, and especially Stitch. The amount he eats. I mean, mind you, he eats anything, doesn't he? So you could be alright with him, but Stitch can't eat. Stitch can't drink the lava lamp. It'll poison her. I mean, Lilo. Did I call her Stitch again? I keep getting the words mumbled up. And there's a little hint to Stitch's girlfriend in this. You see a pink Stitch on the computer as he's going through, and it's cute. So the ending, right? Before I go on another tangent again, to say bye, and it's sad, and I teared up. Why not? Disney movies always make me tear up, and obviously Stitch, he tears up, and it makes me tear up because he's cute. Anyway, it goes to the ending, and she uses a teleporter gun. She just appears behind her, and she uses a teleporter to come and see her. Now, I don't think they should have done that. I get why, but I don't think they should have. I think they should have left her, ending with her away from her, if that's what they were going to do. When they did that, kind of felt like a chicken out ending, like there was still a family at the end. They were FaceTiming anyway, that would have been enough. You know, like, it's different technology now. So they added, like, obviously they've got the iPads and stuff, didn't have that back then. They've added stuff in this, it's a more modern take on it. So like I say, with the ending, the only thing I think it's a bit of a cop-out doing that. Makes sense. Also, if it closed, wouldn't she be trapped? But I don't know. Stitch is clever and he'd get it back. Anyway, I didn't mind it too much. That's my little teeny nitpick with the ending. So, to answer the question of this whole video I've done, what's better? The live action or the cartoon? Put aside the music missing. I'm a villain. Cartoon. All the way. But I'm very excited for another Lilo and Stitch live action. They're both great in their own ways. And they both have flaws in their own ways when you nitpick them. But obviously the cartoon one is good. And it feels a bit unfair comparing it to the cartoon, but you can't help but. It's like Lion King. Quickly delve on this at the end. You have to look at the live action. All the colours gone. All that, like the thing when he's a cub and he has the flower around his head and shaking his head to the dance. That's not in it. They're just jumping on rocks and through water and they're doing lion things and there's no emotion behind them. You know, you've seen the meme, sad lion, happy lion, same face. Really not though. If you actually look, lions have quite a lot of facial expressions to them. I've seen the one that jumps, he goes, it actually squints, in the one where the girl has a go at it, the lioness, and he's like, ugh. So they do have a lot of emotion to them. Anyway, I'm going off on something. Lion King cartoon's a million times better, whereas Lilo and Stitch cartoon, holds up just as good, in my opinion. Apart from one thing I was mad at, and that's to cut the music out and to cut the main villain out. And they made John Burr a full-on villain. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. So if you did like the video, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, again, one more time, quick show of the ring. Very happy married man here. And I will see you in the next video where I don't know what I'm going to review next. I'll have a little look. Ciao for now. Ta-ta. Bye. If I can get it to stop recording, it's a bye.